You're never gonna make it, you're not good enough. There's a million other people with the same stuff. You really think you're different? Man, you must be kidding. Think you're gonna hit it, but you just don't get it. It's impossible, it's not probable, you're irresponsible. Too many obstacles, you gotta stop it, yo. You gotta take it slow, you can't be a pro. Don't waste your time no more. Who the fuck are you to tell me what to do? I don't give a damn if you say you disapprove. I'm gonna make my move, I'm gonna make it soon. And I'll do it cause it's what I wanna fucking do. Cause all these opinions and all these positions, they come in millions, they blocking your vision. But no, you can't listen, that shit is all fiction. Cause you hold the power as long as you're dreaming. There's no way that you make it. And maybe you can fake it, but you're never gonna make it. Are you just gonna take that? Make them take it all back. Don't tell me you...
हेलो, क्या हाल है भाई लोग? कैसी रही आप लोग की दिवाली? लाइक कर देना यार जो भी आया हो। तो गाइस हम जाएंगे बाइजेंटियम मेन क्वेस्ट, उसके बाद हम करेंगे कंपेनियन क्वेस्ट जो कि अलग अलग जगह पे हैं। ठीक है, क्या बोलती पब्लिक? पर्सनली ये गेम काफ़ी अच्छा है, लेकिन थोड़ा स्ट्रीमिंग के हिसाब से बोरिंग गेम है, मेरे को ऐसा लग रहा है। कहाँ है बाइजेंटियम? भाई तेरा टूट है बाइजेंटियम।
We are now in orbit above Byzantium, Captain.
साला तेरा टूट पे था बाइजेंटियम। बाइजेंटियम का क्वेस्ट किसका था? सिलिसिया का था, नोवाक का है ना? नोवाक को ले चलते हैं बन।
I'll lock up behind.
नोवाक आ जा और इंजीनियर आ जा।
You.
Do you mind? I'm meeting someone. Oh, you mean I'm supposed to be meeting you? Yeah, you're looking to make contact with Minister... Magpie, right? I should warn you, it won't be easy. He spends most of his time in his estate, which is heavily guarded.
तोड़ देंगे।
Afraid not. He almost never leaves his home, and his guards never leave him.
Can't say I blame him. It's scary out of doors. I mean, can you even count how many times we've been shot at?
What work specialists, huh? Our mutual friend is really branching out. Whoa, I'm not one of your B&E specialists. I just provide intelligence. Some of the guards hang around Billingsley's House of Inebriation between shifts.
House of Inebriation? Count me the hell in!
Maybe you could do some reconnaissance there. You know, swipe a key while nobody's looking. Whatever. I'm better with bird terms. I've always been fascinated by birds. If you ever research Earth species, there are thousands of them, so colorful and distinct.
Here we got 11 flavors of terror rays and not much else. That kind of variety? I mean, gosh, seems almost impossible.
All of them trying to eat you, I'd wager.
The other thing about birds, though, is their environmental indicators. Exactly. I started thinking about everything we see around Halcyon, and all the things we don't see. For starters, you rarely come across anyone living in Byzantium who wasn't born here, even though we get ships in all the time. Doesn't that seem strange to you? And then there's the way nothing gets fixed. There used to be a suggestion box around here. People would drop ideas in. Nothing ever came of them, of course. Sure, that part is. That's why they install shredders in those boxes after all. But one day the shredder broke. No one came to fix it. And since it wasn't working, we didn't have anywhere to file our complaints. So you can imagine how messy things got.
I bet your repair folks couldn't find parts. Back in Edgewater, I'd have to take something apart just to put another thing back together.
Might have been the paperwork. Here, you have to append forms to your forms, and law help you if there's a single dash out of place. At first, management put up an out-of-order sign, but that just seemed to worry people, like they were advertising something wasn't working. They eventually took the whole suggestion box sign down so that people didn't have any expectations about it. But they never fixed it, never replaced it. Doesn't that seem odd to you? I don't know how else people are supposed to complain about things they can't change, but that's not the point.
If things are broken here, of all places, then I'm starting to think there ain't a hope left in this colony.
Things have kept on running this long, right? Or so I used to think. The whole episode made me wonder, if they can't fix something as simple as a suggestion box, what else aren't they fixing? After a while, I got connected with our mutual friend and started using my position here to feed him information when I could. That's it, really.
Let's go and do some business out there. देखो नाम क्या रखा है सालों ने, पार्वती।
By the law, look at those arms. How'd you like to show those?
Is that supposed to be a model of the system? It's not super accurate.
Ugh. Decadence ain't gonna save you when beasts chew through the walls.
Hey, stand back, you. I'm part of Minister Clark's personal detail, and that means you gotta keep 5 feet back
Wow.
all times.
Wow, Sale.
Of course not. But I'm not on the job right now. The others took me out to celebrate on account of me just getting hired and all. Oh, he's, medium height with, like, medium colored hair and, like, a kind of a medium face.
Medium है क्या?
Just like in his posters.
How descriptive.
Everyone tells me he's very private, okay? Besides, I just started. He's basically the most important person in the colony, which makes me the most important guard in the colony. Yeah. That means I got a key to the minister's estate, my own personal UDL-issued shotgun. They don't give those out to just anyone. That's right. Not just anyone is allowed to have a key to Minister Clark's residence. It's all so very high level. That's a great idea! I'll have a Spectrum vodka.
Captain, I can smell him from clear over here. I reckon he's had a fair number already.
Sure have, 'cause today's my big day.
He's got powerful good ears, too.
And a powerful thirst.
You
You have a Spectrum vodka for a new pal? Here's to me. Hey, you were really great. Have I told you that? We should be friends. Wow, listen to me. I'm soaked. I should probably slow down before I'm face down on the tile somewhere. Who am I kidding? I could have another. You got another? It's not every day you get your dream job, right? Wow, you got like this crazy energy. Has anyone ever told you that? You're like a manosaur. You got a manosaur energy. Oh, Laws, I gotta stop. I'm seeing at least 2 of you.
Only 2? You got a ways to go.
Have you always been here? I didn't see you a minute ago. Oh, he's, medium height with, like, medium colored hair and, like, a kind of a medium face. Just like in his posters. Oh, you definitely recognize him if you saw him. He's very important. Oh, maybe they got some at the bar.
Have you tried our new cocktail sponsored by Rizzo's? 1 part purple spectrum vodka, 1 part artificial tomato-like substitute juice. We call it a Blue Bloody Mary.
I'm not able to understand. I want to ask something.
Then you'll want to speak with our auto-mechanical inebriation assistant, located just over there.
Located just over there. कहाँ है भाई? इसको दारू देनी है ना? ये इधर आ इधर। Come here, dude. इसके लिए वोडका कैसे लेके आऊँ?
Hey, buddy.
इसके लिए और वोडका लाना है.
What can I do for you? Then you'll want to speak with our auto-mechanical inebriation assistant, located just over there. Quite so, but I would never lower myself to do something as gauche as tending bar. My automechanical assistant does all the work for me. Oh, by all means, ask away.
अरे यार इसके लिए वो लेके आना पड़ेगा यार.
Please allow me to improve your drinking experience with fine cocktails and pre-approved banter.
कहाँ है वो वाला वोट का? ले रे पी पी वोट का पी.
Hey, buddy. I really shouldn't. I'll have the worst hangover tomorrow if I don't stop. You sure sound like you know what you're talking about. Okay, here goes.
नशे करवा दूंगा.
Yeah. Was that one supposed to taste like purple berry crunch? Or am I just tasting breakfast? I don't feel so good. I think I'm gonna be sick. I just need to sit down.
नशे करा दिए बेचारे को मैंने.
I've always loved that story.
हट जा हट जा.
Citizens, today marks a monumentous occasion in the course of Halcyon history. After a deep and thorough examination of our budgets, revenue streams, and predictive models, we are publishing...
Is it me, or could each of these homes fit all of Edgewater inside? Cannery and all.
This property is off limits. Solicitors, loiterers, and uninvited visitors will be fined to the fullest extent of company policy. This ultimatum brought to you by Universal Defense Logistics. That's funny. The minister isn't expecting visitors, and you don't much look like one of those couriers from HPS. Sure you are. And what is it you're delivering today? Typical. Why don't you come back when you're ready to actually make a delivery? There's nothing to see here. Move along.
उसका यूज कैसे करते हैं यार होलोग्राफिक साइट का? मेरे पास वो होलोग्राफिक वो रहता है ना, उसको यूज कैसे करते हैं? नहीं, इससे भी नहीं होता है, क्यू से भी नहीं होता, फिर कैसे होगा वो?
Look out!
लड़ने दो इनको, अपन अंदर घुस जाओ. चल बात कर अब.
You just slaughtered those guards, and for what? To speak with me? What could possibly be so urgent?
Oh, my law. Captain, that's the minister! Mr. Clark! Oh, wow.
If this is about another Aetherwave clip or radio spot, you may kindly fuck off, as the parlance goes. I'm not doing any more. Drugs, of course. What else would it be? I don't have any drugs. You should try a vending machine or a purveyor of curative goods.
He's got no idea what we're asking about.
Will that be all, then? Oh dear, I don't think I can say this any more slowly. Unless... Of course! It's Rockwell again, who else? And I thought he was only holding me here to keep me out of the way. You are a quick study, indeed. I've long suspected Rockwell of transacting business in my name, but this proves it.
You've been all alone in this house? Would you like me to make you tea?
Please, this is important. Whatever it is that brought you here, Rockwell's the one behind it. After seeing this place, is it really a stretch? I've been confined to this house for years, and even I can tell you, things aren't right in Halcyon. Whatever Rockwell's doing, he'll be doing it from the HHC headquarters. Your best lead is to look for details in his office.
This all feels off, Captain. Like when there's a storm coming, but everything's quiet and still.
Believe me, things have been off around here for a very, very long time. A reckoning is most certainly due.
This colony's problems have always seemed to trickle down from the top. If we're set on fixing Halcyon, that's as good a place as any to start.
Exactly. And fix it we must. Why, this is starting to sound like an issue of Dissident Hunter. Via the Acropolis District, of course. That's where the most important corporate and government facilities are. But only board employees are allowed into the district. There's a heavily guarded checkpoint just down the street. There might be a route through the maintenance tunnels, but I'm afraid I don't know specifics. Most people avoid the area for obvious reasons. Well, you won't have much human company down there. Plenty of sprats and automechanicals, though. When you reach the HHC building, this access card should get you up to the executive suites, where the chairman's office and what used to be my office are. The board's lackeys are none too bright. I simply claimed I'd lost it and hid it somewhere no one would think to look. I merely hid it in a book. No one reads anything longer than a few pages around here. There are a few advantages to dealing with imbeciles. Wait! Rockwell has one of the only terminals capable of transmitting to the Earthbound message drone. This is our chance. Please, take this and transmit it from his office. Rockwell hasn't given me any messages from Earth for years. He's desperate to keep me out of contact with the Earth Directorate. But they need to know what's happening here. What isn't on it is the real question. I've gathered meeting minutes, internal messages, sustainability reports, and more, all exposing the corruption and mismanagement plaguing Halcyon. Once the rest of the Earth Directorate sees it, they'll have to send help.
But they wouldn't get here for... I don't even know. Shouldn't we do something our own selves?
It's worth a try, but the Earth Directorate still needs that message. We must hope for their intervention. Depending on the nature of their response, months at least, perhaps years.
Oh, तेरी की.
Organizing and sending personnel all the way out here is no mean feat. Perhaps there is hope after all. And now I entrust it to you. Good luck, and trust no one in the Acropolis district.
Incoming!
अरे क्यों लड़ रहा है उससे यार?
I love a good fight.
जबरन ही लड़े जा रहा है उससे. चलो यहाँ से. Need to get moving.
Oh, there. That's one right there. Can't you just see the stench?
कहाँ पे दिखा पे तुमको? कौन सी टनल जाती है?
On my way.
The Acropolis district is off limits. Move along. What in the law's name are you on about? Sure. Let me just take that off your hands. Did I say restricted area? Slip of the tongue. What I meant was, welcome to the Acropolis district.
ब्राइब कर दिया अपन ने. बहुत बिट्स दे दी लेकिन उसको.
I'm not sure I have ever, in my entire life, felt more out of place than I do at this moment.
State your business.
शील्ड है. आई थिंक इनको पेलना पड़ेगा सबको.
Move along.
A UDL security attendant is always...
Please step away. This entry is for high priority HHC business only. Yeah, and I need a new flavor of Tyleritos. Chairman Rockwell's away on business. And even if he were here, you need to request an application for an appointment. How should I know? No one ever gets an appointment with the chairman.
Wow.
If you're not clear to know, then I'm definitely not clear to tell you.
बता दूं क्या?
Huh. I didn't realize we were still using those iridescent stickers. But this looks right. I'll just need you to register your weapons with a revised request to carry 32B form. Each weapon will need a separate form. I'm not authorized to employ humor on the job, ma'am. Now, let's see. Damn it. When did I run out of forms? I was going to suggest that myself. Look, you don't have time to wait on new forms, and I can't afford the citations for impeding HAC business. So I'm going to save us both some trouble and waive your forms. Just know there are a bunch of guards upstairs, and they're all high on dervish mist and low on patience. So try anything funny, and they'll paint the walls with your guts.
Paint the wall with your guts. मजेदार गेम है यार. चलो भाई आओ. Let's go.
Apologies for the wait. I was arranging my stationery. Personal assistant to Adjutant Akande and Chairman Rockwell. I'm also responsible for organizing the adjutant's stationery, which is more of a hobby. Ah. Oh, you were being serious. I'm obliged to inform you that Chairman Rockwell is unavailable for an indeterminate duration. Will there be anything else?
Sealed. 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 नहीं खोल सकता.
Excuse me, just a moment.
One person gets all this space. Just...
Good afternoon. I'm Chairman Rockwell, and I'm here to address a serious issue facing us. As you all know, our colony has been successful beyond our wildest dreams. Unfortunately, we've recently discovered that our food supply will not be able to sustain Halcyon's population in the long term. Everyone will die. Everyone will slowly stop living from malnutrition. But we're doing it together, and that's what matters. I fucking swear, if someone doesn't give me something to read that will placate the masses soon, all of you will find yourselves violently unemployed.
Oh, VAIBZ.
But I can assure you there's nothing to fear. We've got a solution. It's called the Lifetime Employment Program. We will freeze most of the colony to preserve resources, while the best and brightest of Byzantium continue living in prosperity. Fuck you idiots! How many times do I have to tell you we can't say shit like that? Fire whoever wrote this! While Halcyon's brightest minds solve the problem of our nutritional shortage, the rest of the colony will be placed in suspended animation. Individuals will be revived on a rotating basis, so that every Halcyonite can be part of the important work of saving our colony. By testing paperweights. Sorry, couldn't resist. Let's go again. And someday, in the not-too-distant future when we...
That was all a story, wasn't it? It's not real.
Guess the whole colony's up a creek. I thought it was just Monarch.
I beg your pardon, Minister Clark's former office is currently closed to solicitors. I suppose that is admissible. Please try not to break anything.
Sure. तुम्हें मामू बना दिया हमने, हम जा रहे हैं. Sign damage under. चला ये सही हो जाए ना एक बार वापस मेरा तो मजा आ जाएगा. Noak. घूम रही है प्लाज्मा रॉड घर 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 घर। हेलो देयर। ये तीसरा व्यूअर कौन है यार? तो मैं हूँ एक मेरा चेहरा को। तीसरा व्यूअर कौन है ये बताओ। Who is the third viewer? Where to go now? यहाँ तो आ गया मैं। नीचे। ओके गलत खोल दिया गेट। Hello there.
Not so fast. The Ministry of Accuracy and Morale is off limits to everyone without X-36 level clearance. Basically, if you don't work here, or for Chairman Rockwell himself, you're not getting in. I don't know how you got that, but I still don't know you, and I don't have any new clearances on the list.
Okay, ये तो बहुत कुछ चाहिए. Intimidation चाहिए 65. ठीक है. Intimidation 65. और उसने वो बढ़ा नहीं दिया हो बस.
Like I said, X-36 clearance only beyond this point. And you're still not cleared.
अरे बढ़ा दिया यार, गलत है ये.
Big mistake.
Hey!
Be right there.
साला मारा मूरी मचा दी उनने तो. मैं इंटिमिडेशन को बढ़ा के लेके गया. चीटिंग है यार ये तो. सीधे सीधे चीटिंग है. तो मैं बढ़ा भी नहीं सकता कुछ. मार दूंगा सबको और क्या करूंगा. सबको मार दूंगा. कोई जिंदा नहीं बचेगा. इस पूरे ऑफिस में कोई जिंदा नहीं बचेगा.
What was that? Incoming! Next one's mine!
और किसको चाहिए प्रमोशन? देखो जरा और किसी को चाहिएगा प्रमोशन? चाहिए तो बताओ. आओ यहाँ. सबको लूटो. किसी ना किसी के पास की कार्ड होगा.
I think I'm gonna start taking my lunches out in the city. That woman from downstairs is still in the cafeteria.
Clerks? Ooh, gives me the shudders, too.
यार नीचे कैसे जाऊंगा मैं? एस्ट्रो वाइटी क्या हाल है? हाँ साले, मैं ईमानदारी से बात करने गया तो माने नहीं वो। मैंने कहा पेल दो इनको, और किसको चाहिए प्रमोशन पूछ लो इनसे। मैं तो ईमानदारी से बात, और भी है। रास्ता क्यों बंद है ये? ओह शिट, मेरा वो भी चला गया।
What do you think you're doing?
Oh, my mistake.
यहाँ से नीचे कैसे जाऊंगा? ये सब मर जाएंगे। भाई साहब, ये इसने मुझसे क्या करवाया? वो सब तो मर जाएंगे वहां पे। मर गए ये लोग।
What do you think you're doing?
Nothing.
Ah, just be careful next time.
इसकी यहाँ का रास्ता कहाँ से रे?
Trespassing in the Ministry of Accuracy and Morale is punishable by death. You've got one chance to explain why I shouldn't blow you away right now.
क्योंकि तेरी औकात नहीं है।
Wait, really? I'm gonna take a minute. Just do a quick inspection. You'd better be gone by the time I'm done. No more warnings.
यार रास्ता कहाँ से जाने की? नीचे चली गई है तो।
Incoming, Captain!
चलो आ जाओ, यहाँ तो अपन ने सबको मार के रखा है। हाँ, स्पेक्ट्रम वोट का a glass for every class। उसको नशे में करके उससे कार्ड चुराया था मैंने, ये याद है मुझे। ओके, it's time to wait। Why I can't fast travel? वाह,
Here they come!
पूरा अरे मारने लगे तो। अरे भाग ले भाग ले भाग ले।
On my way!
What was that?
Contact performed.
Heading back! I'm coming! Behind you, Captain!
I'm going in!
Kill confirmed! Damn it! The cat's going down!
I'll put you down,
पार्वती को उठा। पार्वती कहाँ? Where the hell is Parvati? Come, let's go.
On my way!
पार्वती कहाँ गई?
I'm moving.
Getting back to Canada has made you subscription to plasma damage. Effect plasma. Reward 1 per point. Reject. मेरे वो गए क्या? Skills नहीं गए। आ गई पार्वती? आ गई। Nice. Let's get moving now.
Down there, a new ship.
रास्ता कहाँ से है बे?
That episode from a few weeks ago?
I'm afraid I can't come down anymore.
Here they come! Nice hit!
टेलीपोर्ट नहीं कर सकता। अब तो करना दे यार टेलीपोर्ट। साला टेलीपोर्ट ही नहीं कर पा रहा मैं वहां पे। कोई है क्या लड़ने के लिए?
I only wish they weren't showing.
वहाँ मैं टेलीपोर्ट कर नहीं पा रहा और यहाँ से कहीं से रास्ता है नहीं, कूदूंगा तो मर जाऊंगा।
Think I can hit that mechanical down there?
You'll get in trouble.
No, I won't. I'll blame it on
कूदूंगा
you.
तो मर जाऊंगा यार। I need to teleport somehow.
Where they come?
मार दो सबको।
No, no, please.
गन लेके आएगा।
In a jiff.
No, no, please. I don't want no trouble.
यार रास्ता कहाँ से है यार?
I don't want to die.
यहाँ से कूदूंगा तो मर जाऊंगा, टेलीपोर्ट कर नहीं पा रहा मैं। नियर हॉस्टाइल्स कहाँ? हॉस्टाइल्स ही नहीं है यहाँ तो, सब तो मार दिए। तू है क्या?
Wouldn't it be something to see an Earth assault cruiser land here?
Don't be ridiculous. There's no way one would think.
How would you know? You've never seen one.
Neither have you. I don't know anyone who's seen one.
यहाँ से कूद ही नहीं सकता मैं और टेलीपोर्ट में कर नहीं पा रहा हूँ। Is this game is glitched or what? इधर आ रहे। रास्ता कहाँ से बता? रास्ता बता वरना मार डालूंगा सबको। माँ की यहाँ की है रास्ता। जबरन इतने सारों को मार डाला मैंने। बेचारे बेमौत मारे गए रे। अब आ जाओ, कौन आ रही है सामने? तू तो मर गई थी ना, जिंदा कैसे हो क्या गई? Fuck off. और किसी को चाहिए इनमें से प्रमोशन?
I believe I hear Felix and Parvati just... You have a message from Adjutant Sophia Akande.
No one ever looks quite the same in person as they do in my reports.
क्यों भाई, क्या हो गया?
And my reports of you have been exceptionally thorough. You've had quite a career.
Yes.
I think you're being modest. I've been keeping up with you ever since Emerald Vale. Now that was an interesting piece of work. A rundown backwater, barely worth the ink on a map. Until you showed up. You walked through Edgewater and in your wake transformed it from a loyal company town to a haven for dissidents. I'm actually a little impressed. All this happened because some mysterious stranger fell out of the sky. You have something I want. I'd like to negotiate. Phineas Wells is wanted by the board. I want to convince you to turn him in to us. He has a litany of charges against him. Vandalism, illegal experimentation, sedition. I could go on. Wells is a dangerous madman. His plan is going to endanger everyone in Halcyon. He's an obsessive psychopath. And he's using you. You're in contact with Wells. I want you to send us a tracing signal from his communication terminal. You're making a serious mistake.
Adjutant Akonde's call has been terminated. Will there be anything else, Captain? We have successfully arrived at Phineas's orbital lab, Captain, and we are still in one piece. Shall I congratulate myself, or would you like to do the honor?
ये जो डिसीजन मैं ले रहा हूँ इस गेम में इसके जरूर कोई ना कोई इफेक्ट्स रहेंगे यार। I'm sure.
I've kept myself busy in your absence, optimized my formula. I'm now confident I can revive the remaining colonists. All I need now is the dimethyl sulfoxide. I'll take as much as you can give me. What? Oh, yes, well, that's obvious. Anyone with 2 working labs can see this colony's slouching toward oblivion. Why do you think we've been doing all this? I revived you to help me save Halcyon from annihilation. Hold on. Let me see if I understand this correctly. You're saying that Halcyon's on the brink of total collapse, and the chairman's plan to save all of us is to save himself? I always knew Halcyon was heading toward a systems collapse, but I never imagined we were already there. The board made this crisis, and now they want to solve it by freezing the rest of us? That's not a plan. That's a goddamn escape clause. That makes 2 things we don't have. Time and chemicals to revive the other settlers. None of this was supposed to happen. I was supposed to revive the Hope's colonists. We were supposed to have enough time to solve the problem before we all starved. Human test subjects. Oh, that's grotesque. That's unthinkable. That's exactly what I'd expect out of the board. Thank you. You've brought me enough chemicals to get started, at least. I'm just sorry they came at the cost of human lives. Those poor people, they must have died in agony. What exactly was the board trying to accomplish? You say the board's trying to freeze their subjects over and over again without inflicting permanent damage? Well, they're nowhere close to solving that problem. I'll tell you this much. The board scientists are hopelessly lost. After years of fruitless experimentation, they've made exactly zero progress. We're out of time. We're out of chemicals. We may very well be out of options. If the board has their way, we're all going to be spending the rest of our lives frozen in stasis. Do you realize what this means for the Hope? For your fellow colonists? The board's going to kill them all. Toss them out into space, just to make room in their hibernation chambers.
Is the stream is back, guys? Yep, it is back. Refresh.
Merciful gibbering law, you're a genius! We bring the Hope to us. Skip the entire ship across the distance of colony space, right next to my lab. Yes, exactly. You're a step ahead of me, but I perceive the shape of your plan. If we link up the Hope to the Unreliable, then use your navigational computer to calculate a reasonably safe vector, we can skip the entire colony ship into the rings of Terra 2. You'll need to switch on the Hope's auxiliary power using the Unreliable. Then head to the bridge. Your navigational computer, Ada, should be able to activate the Hope's skip drive. Once you've skipped the Hope next to my lab, I'll have easy access to the frozen colonists. I can start reviving them immediately. I know you're wondering why I'm doing all this. Why I believe the people on the Hope are the answer to the colony's problems. The Hope is carrying some of humanity's most brilliant thinkers. Scientists, engineers, experts in their field. If we work together, we can still find a way to save Halcyon. The board would have us believe Halcyon is beyond saving. I choose to believe otherwise. If there's even the slightest chance we can save Halcyon from oblivion, then we have to take it. Certainly. How can I help? It wouldn't surprise me. When I pulled you out of the Hope, the board nearly intercepted me. I expect they stepped up security since my little act of larceny. Unlikely. The Hope is as massive as the Groundbreaker, but compared to the rings of Terra 2, positively minuscule. The board might notice, possibly, depending on the position of their heads relative to the depth of their collective posteriors. Skip drives were never designed to be used within a system, but I skipped my ship across Halcyon when I rescued you, and that turned out fine, mostly. That is, I ruined my ship and nearly killed myself in the process, but the maneuver was well within acceptable margins of risk. You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
So हम पहले होप जाने से पहले हम क्वेस्ट कंप्लीट करेंगे हमारे जो बचे हुए हैं गाते. Is that okay?
If you don't mind my...
कहाँ पे भाई होप? ये हो.
Saying, Captain, Minister Clark is lucky to have you on his side. Captain, I hope Dr. Wells has not dragged you into one of his irrational schemes again. My diagnosis of his mental stability is not flattering.
Silesia outpost. नोवा का है। तो हम पहले जा रहे हैं क्वेस्ट करने। ये टूट गई होगी यार तलवार।
We are now in orbit above Edgewater, Captain.
पहले नोवा का क्वेस्ट करेंगे। नोवा का जा, एक ही को लेकर जाता हूँ। तुम तीनों रेस्ट करो अंदर। यहाँ पे उसका एक वाला क्वेस्ट भी कर सकता हूँ मैं, इंजीनियर वाले का। लाइक ग्लिच्ड है लेकिन वो तो ठीक है, लेकिन उसकी रास्ता कहाँ से है? I think this way. और that way. यहाँ से चलते चलो आप। अबे वहां कैसे जाऊंगा? पीछे से रास्ता है क्या? देख के आता हूँ। थैंक यू गेमिंग। यो यो, आगे का रास्ता जा तो रही है।
Returning fire. Damn, but we're good.
तीतर मार रही है साली ये।
I'd wager this is the outpost.
Rebecca! Handle this. Can't get past that armor.
निकलो पहले से साथ में। बचा क्या कोई?
Nothing like a good tussle.
Wow.
Hey, take a gander. The door. Huh. Rebecca taught me this once. You can jerry-rig these old locks so as they don't open anymore. But we've only ever done that if we're in a real bind. Here, I'll fix it. Oh no. Oh no. What did you do? At least I know. Ought to have learned by now that getting one's hopes up tends to open them to being dashed across the stars. Only thing left is to take these medallions home, which means figuring out how to bait the Mana Queen out of our old base. The most pissed off I've ever seen a queen was when a foreign species was on her soil. I'd wager the stench of a primal might do the trick. Not unless you happen to be familiar with the ins and outs of Mana Queen behavioral patterns. I've never had the pleasure of hunting primals, but I hear they're all over Scylla. Let's tear a few apart, shall we? I'm sure they've got pheromones. Everything does.
चलो इसको भी साइला पे जाना है, ठीक है। सॉल्यूशन विटाल साइला। फाइटर इंजीनियर है क्या यहाँ पे? कुछ इसका कुछ कर सकता हूँ क्या मैं? एनीथिंग नहीं है। चलो सबको ही साइला पे जाना, ठीक है। लेट्स गो टू साइसिया। क्या साइसिया क्या? उसके बाद पहले पूरा साइड क्वेस्ट कंप्लीट करता हूँ, देन वी विल मूव टू होप। हो सकता है साइड क्वेस्ट ये सब खुले।
Hey, you got a minute?
अरे यार तेरे को भी बात करनी है यार। मैक्स और ये बाद में बात करते हैं। चल मैक्स आ तू, उससे बाद में बात करते हैं।
If I were a hermit, I'd choose to live on a desolate rock orbiting the middle of nowhere.
So let's go left, then right, then foremost right.
What was that?
Trouble incoming, Captain. Nice one.
No one can trouble me.
Everyone all right?
Here we go.
क्या हो गया मेरे को?
We're getting close to the hermit. I can feel it.
कहाँ है मेरी light machine gun? Where is my light machine gun, dude? आ जाओ। अच्छा सा वेपन नहीं है क्या? It's not the best, but it's research choice. Nice.
Nice work.
That's the last.
Fuck you, bitch. Everyone okay? Let's go to the next point now. Oh, wait. Did I? Ah. Let's move along.
I am en route, Captain.
Noyak.
With us.
को भाई क्या हाल है?
That queen ain't gonna go down easy. I can't wait. What's up? Outstanding. These ought to be enough. Let's get back to Monarch. There's an old base I used to call home. I can get us in the door, but we'll have to shoot our way through the Queen's brood to get to the center. We'll set the bait there. Password to the door is Charon. Fucking right we are. Hayes' idea. Clara, Hayes, Anders, Rebecca, Opal, Nyoka. Charon. He said it was some old myth. Something about death and all the things we killed. Rest of us just thought it sounded cool, so here we are. It's an old cave system we tried to turn into an encampment. You'll see when we get there.
अब तेरा क्वेस्ट पे आजा भाई तू. Fuck.
Be right there.
ये जो डिसीजन ले रहा हूँ साला इसके वो रहेंगे मेरे को लग रहा साइड इफेक्ट्स एंडिंग कुछ ना कुछ हो रहेगी. आई एम श्योर अबाउट दिस.
Investigate.
Watch out, Captain!
Let me go!
What have the solar winds deposited on my doorstep now? Just more dirt and debris? Or do you actually believe you are here seeking the truth? I must admit, I tire of the truth seekers. Mayhaps you're here to rob me? That would be so much more exciting.
We've been told this was once yours. I believe the knowledge within here contains the answers I seek. Answers that will free men's minds from toil.
I can translate it, but it won't do you any good. I can see you are a man in a hurry, and the insights in that book would take you years of study to fully comprehend.
I have spent my life in contemplation. I believe my mind is prepared to receive the truth.
There is one way that can speed up the process. It involves a combination of several ingredients, some of which can be fatal. It is not for the faint of heart or the unprepared. And I believe he may be right. There is both violence and peace warring inside you, Max. This process would be extremely tenuous for one such as yourself.
I'm committed, no matter the cost.
Well, shit. We've come this far. If we die, at least we'll die hearing colors and seeing sound.
All right. Head on into the meditation room and partake of the sacramental incense. It's waiting on the table when you're ready to begin.
Poor Maximilian. Maximilian, why are you still doing this? You've been fighting against the world since before you left home. Haven't you figured out yet that the more you fight, the more pain you cause yourself?
Mother, you're dead. You can't be here. I knew this was too good to be true.
गोची ले ली इसने,
These are just
गोची।
cheap hallucinogens that have...
गुरुजी की गोची।
What's happening to my voice? Does my voice sound weird to you? And what's wrong with your face?
My face? What's wrong with your face? Where'd you get that second mouth? I want a second mouth.
Second mouth.
We are obviously the victims of a tasteless joke being perpetuated. Perpetrated? I mean, we're being made fools of, aren't we? When I get out of here, I'm going to show that hermit what you get for messing with me.
Maximilian, always ready to give up, to lash out, always searching for answers, but always in the wrong place, never looking inside himself.
What in the void do you expect him to find inside himself? It's just blood and squishy bits and... Oh no. If I vomit on you, I want you to know...
I'm sorry.
I ain't sorry.
Thank you. It relieves me to see there's at least one positive influence in my son's life after all these years. Has he told you how he thoughtlessly abandoned us?
Thoughtlessly? How could you say that? I only wanted you and Father to be proud of me. I was going to be the perfect vessel. I was going to be a better... more full of the plan. This year, it's all coming out wrong. The plan, it filled you with a joy I could never feel. I wanted it. And being a laborer made me miserable. I was better than that.
You certainly convinced yourself you were. But don't feel bad. We continually lie to ourselves, weaving stories in a vain attempt to convince us that we are in control of anything. These stories are how we try to make sense of our lives, but they are not real, are they? They're just stories. You need to drop your story and see the truth.
I could tell you all manner of stories.
ये तो नशेड़ी इसको नशा करने को बोल दो बस.
I'm sticking to alcohol from now on.
What the fuck are you talking about? No, I just wanted to prove to my parents that damn it. You're right.
Max, you need to lay the past to rest. What happened with your father and I, it's long dead. To attain your goals, you must live in the chaos. Be fine with the chaos. Whether you resist or not, it will take you wherever it wants. More assuredly than even the fictional architect's plan you slave away to prove.
No, that's not true. The basis of everything is order, not chaos. It's true, I know it is. So did you. Why are you denying it? Before you died, the plan made you happy.
No, it didn't. I made myself happy. There's nothing holding you back but you. If you can't understand that, you will never understand anything. Goodbye, Maximilian.
This whole thing, it's just a farce, right? Just my own brain working against me? You couldn't be more right. Hello, Max. What? Who? Why do you look like me? Are you me? Not really. I'm who you think you are. I am disciplined, controlled. I have no doubts. And I don't exist. Yet you have judged yourself against me your whole life. Why? Why do you berate yourself for not being me? I don't feel right about this anymore. I need to get out of here. You asked for this. Why are you fighting it? The same reason you always do. Fear of the unknown. Not having control. Is this the answer? Because it sure sounded like an answer that I don't understand. Who are you again? And why do you look like me?
Oh no. Ooh, no. One uptight holier-than-thou preacher man is enough of a hassle. Now we got two. Time to go, Captain, before it gets worse.
He's not looking for the truth. He's looking for a new way to organize reality in his head. A new story of the happy you, the contented you. Me. That's not... It can't be right. I've only been searching for the answer to the equation, because it will set us free, won't it? How? By removing the need to make any decision. To have your life completely controlled. The illusion of certainty. Your obsession allowed you to avoid the real question. Who are you? I'm Max. Me! I'm real. You can't convince me otherwise. Please don't convince me I'm not. Good. That's the first step towards true knowledge. By the architect. Architect? How could I have believed in an architect? That's ridiculous. I must be losing my mind completely. What you're saying almost makes sense. We exist inside our thoughts, thinking we're in control. That's it, isn't it? We have no control over anything. It's all lies. How could I not have seen this? But how do we escape ourselves? I see you're back with us. Feared we lost you there. Never seen anyone pass out yet stay upright before.
श्राउड मिक्सर पे चला गया, आप भी चले जाओ.
I woke up. The illusions I built for myself just fell away.
मिक्सर का
I'm
सपोर्ट
no
नहीं रहेगा
longer
अब इंडिया में।
interpreting, I'm experiencing. Everything is perfect. In a way. Perhaps it's more accurate to say I was asking the wrong questions. I understand so much more now. I see it all. All
Hello
there
sir,
is to be
big fan.
experienced, to be lived.
क्या हाल है?
Of course there is pain and loss, but the suffering is caused by trying to control reality, clinging to the way you want things to be, not enjoying the way they are. I am content. I've finally found what I was looking for, even though I was looking for the wrong thing.
इसका हो गया क्वेस्ट खत्म। क्वेस्ट कंप्लीटेड। अब बचा है नोवाक का। नोवाक का करेंगे। श्योर ना इसका कंप्लीट हो गया ना? हाँ। नोवाक को जाना है मोनार्च पे। सॉल्यूशन विटाल है। साइला पे तो है सॉल्यूशन विटाल। Lol. I didn't knew it. स्किल्स कितनी है? 22 है, बहुत कम है यार। टेलीपोर्टेशन अवेलेबल है क्या? घंटा नहीं है यार कहीं भी। सी
Oh, searching.
We've got trouble.
अरे तेरी बातें हैं। ये कैसे लड़ लिए?
Everyone all right?
चलो निकलो वहाँ से जल्दी। अब हमें उसको करके आना पड़ेगा। एक और मिशन है भी यहाँ का, सेलिसिया का। फिर जाएंगे नोवाक का करने। मोनार्च पे सब खत्म करके फाइनल में क्वेश्चन करूँगा। मेन क्वेस्ट आखिरी तो नहीं है कहीं वो यार। न्यू होप पे जाना है और न्यू होप से ही शुरुआत हुई थी। मे भी पॉसिबल कि वाकई अरे किससे लड़ रहा है ये? लड़ना नहीं किसी से अभी। निकल रहे यहाँ से चुपचाप।
Hey, out. You know, you didn't have to shoot me down if you wanted an autograph. Down they go!
हेलो, मुझे दो। अरे वो डॉक्टर को मत मारने लगना। तो डॉक्टर को मत मारने लगना कोई। उसी को बचाने आया मैं यहाँ। Hello, Doc. How are you?
Tremendous work, friend. Here I was readying a daring maneuver, and you've come and saved me the trouble.
Symptoms detected. Elevated heart rate, dilated pupils, increased sweat production. Subject appears to be terrified.
I'm not terrified, you bucket of bolts. That's victory sweat. Meds, I'm guessing. Pirates love bits, and unlabeled meds are worth a bundle. The one and only. Wait, who's asking? Wanda didn't send you, did she? I swear, land on Groundbreaker even a moment tardy, and that busybody's already been up your ass an hour. You tell her these automechs are coming, and sending a hired stooge to rescue me from certain peril only furthers my delay. No offense. Yes, well, I shan't. Give Wanda my chilliest regards.
Okay, so we're going unreliable पे पहले वांडा के पास जाते हैं, इसको कंप्लीट करते हैं और उसके बाद जाते हैं मोनार्च नोयाक के कंप्लीट करते हैं। ग्राउंड पे कर
Destination reached. The Groundbreaker.
बेकार मैक्स का क्वेस्ट कंप्लीट हो चुका, वो उसका लड़के का लेना पड़ेगा क्वेस्ट अपने को। जला डालूंगा, मार डालूंगा नहीं।
Rizzo's lemon slap. Slap your whole family tonight.
Were I a gambling woman, I'd wager you're responsible for my mechanical safe return. I can't thank you enough.
Quest completed, solution with all. GG boys.
Rizzo spent your vodka. Aftertaste the rainbow.
Now we will go to Monarch. कौन सा क्वेस्ट एक्टिव है? लैंड योर शिप इन वन ऑफ द होप्स डॉकिंग बे। नहीं, अभी नहीं जा रहा है। पहले इसका खत्म करूंगा मैं। 1 मिनट आया गाइस में।
We're now in orbit above Fallbrook, Captain. I think I'll initiate.
मैं कार्मेक्स नहीं जाएगा, फेलिक्स जाएगा।
We gotta talk about this.
क्या है?
You know,
they're gonna make a serial about our adventures one day. I've been trying to think of a good title for this episode. I like the sound of The Skip Job. No, wait, I got it. Hope in Dark Times. Get it? Hope? Like the ship. That's what folks in the business call wordplay. Hey, nice. You can totally pull off the tough-as-nails hard-ass boss with no sense of humor. And everybody thinks you're serious and professional all the time. Except at the end, when you sacrifice your life for the good of the team, proving you cared all along. Wait, no. Don't do that. Right, I'm overdoing it again. Got it. Sorry, boss. I'm just excited, you know? Stealing the hope from the board, skipping it across the whole damn system. This is gonna be great. I can't wait.
अभी नहीं.
Come on, boss. We're not gonna die horribly. It'd kill our ratings. I'm sure you've got plans to make. As for me, I gotta keep practicing my signature dropkick. The Hope might have cameras.
Let's move. आज मुझे फॉल ब्रोक पर लैंड नहीं करना चाहिए था यार. कास्केडिया कहीं वेंडिंग मशीन देखे तो बताओ यार जरा. एमो चाहिए मेरे को. हैं कौन सी एमो ले ली मैंने? लाइट एमो ही तो ली थी भाई. अरे साला.
Want to make a run with me to Stella Bay?
लाइट एमो तो और लगेगी यार. इतने मेंटी कोई नहीं मरेगी. यो रोनिन. हैशटैग रोनिन इन द चैट. क्या रोनिन? बाकी यहाँ ये गेम बड़ा अच्छा है लेकिन बहुत डेप्थ में यार. मैं सोच रहा हूँ इसको स्ट्रीम बंद करके खुद खेलूं अकेला बैठे बैठे. स्ट्रीमिंग लाइक गेम नहीं है ये. स्क्रीम पता है? स्क्रीम गेम एल्डर स्क्रॉल डाउन उसी के डेवलपरों का गेम है यार. ये फ्री में था तो. अरे ओए माल लड़ना नहीं रहा किसी से. चलो सीधे चलो. मेन उसको मारेंगे अपन. ये आई हैव एसकेएस. साला लाइट है वो मिल जाए कहीं यार. 150 की मेरे पास. फाइट होने हुई कि पक्के में यहाँ पे. पक्के में फाइट होगी यहाँ. चुरपुर वो घूम ही रहा. देखो ना. काम करता हूँ अभी हैवी वाली लगा लेता हूँ अभी हैवी मशीन गन लगा लेता हूँ इनसे फाइट करने के लिए चिरपुर चिरपुर करेंगे ही मस्ती मेरे को पता है मारो रे आग लग गई मार इसको भी
Well, this is the spot. You know, I thought I'd be angry. I thought I'd storm in here in a rage and exterminate all these bugs and everything would be all right in the end. But I ain't. I'm mostly just empty. A little sad, maybe.
अंकित आनंद
First
हैप्पी
night Hayes
दिवाली
and I
अरे
spent in
बाबू
here, we knew
क्या
it was
है
home. It's safe. It's got a nice chill to it. But mostly, it doesn't stink of sulfur. Monarch folks often joke about it. Not because of the smell or the grittiness it leaves in your throat. Not because of the headaches or the coughing. It's because there's no escaping it. It's life here, and there ain't anything you can do about it. But here, somehow the sulfur never made it. The nights we spent in here felt like vacations. So we started building. We hauled in steel, hired sublight folk to help. That's how we met Anders and Opal. They stuck around after our contract was up. Opal liked camping. Anders liked chasing her tail. 4 of us for a while, scraping together what bits we could to build our home. Then came Rebecca, a sawbones out of the Cascadia survivors, who took a kindness to Hayes. And Clara, her little sister. I'll admit I wasn't keen on taking her on at first, but for a teenager, she was surprisingly capable. Hey, I got out-fucking-voted, all right? I never wanted to bring her in the first place, but the others did, and she grew on me. She had a head for numbers, helped us trade hides for food and materials, negotiated contracts. Turned out to be mighty useful. Clara, Hayes, Anders, Rebecca, Opal, and me. 6 folks, 1 name, 1 family, Charon. Despite Monarch trying to kill us day in and day out, we managed to belong.
Here they come! Can't get past that armor! Nice one!
कहाँ गई लाइट मशीन कहाँ गई अबे कहाँ गई हाँ फाइट हो रही लाइट मशीन गन कहाँ गई यहाँ से मेरी ये पहली फुर्सत में निकल
wish these were more auspicious circumstances, but at least we're all here. This bringing them together, burying them. This is the kind of thing Hayes would have done. That makes it stupid. By all accounts, we should have left well enough alone, but that also makes it right. Captain, thank you. You mind if we rest a spell before we head out? I'd like to bury Opal and Clara proper before I lay everyone's medallions to rest.
Yo boy. खत्म. Nice. साला मैंने इतनी सारी वो ली थी एमओ, लेकिन वो आई क्यों नहीं? I just want to know that वेंडिंग मशीन से मैंने बहुत सारी एमओ ली थी, वो आई नहीं साली मेरे पास.
You seen Arthur today?
नहीं तो लेके गया था यार यहाँ से.
Said you docked 3 days ago.
Give or take, it's a little bit hazy.
लाइट एमो तो चाहिए रे बहुत सारी, नहीं तो मर गए. न्यू होप में फाइट हो जाएगी, दिक्कत हो जाएगी. काफी गनन मिली होगी यार. Okay, now we are going to Hope. We have done the quests.
We have arrived at the Hope. I need you to reroute power from our ship to the Hope's auxiliary generator. You'll have to connect me to the Hope's comm system so I can convince her central computer to enable the skip drive. If your calculations are even slightly off, you could crash the entire colony ship into Terra 2, or the Sun. Forgetfulness can be an early warning sign of asphyxiation due to loss of pressurization. Are you breathing comfortably, Captain? I need you to reroute power from our ship to the Hope's auxiliary generator. You'll have to connect me to the Hope's comm system so I can convince her central computer to enable the skip drive. The Hope is the Groundbreaker's prettier, sleeker sister. She wandered off and got lost for 70 years, but just recently was found. Also, there are hundreds of thousands of frozen organic life forms hibernating in her hold.
We're not exploding, so guess it worked.
Watch out!
Cover me! I'm going in!
I need cover!
Got him, boss! This one's mine!
Something is hitting me.
What? Got a promotion coming. I can feel it.
Primal activity detected.
Heads up, boss!
Process
Down they go!
You ought to see Quincy. New employee? About time.
तो रास्ता कहाँ से रे? यहाँ नहीं रास्ता। ये गेट खोलना है यार। कहाँ से खुलेगा ये गेट?
Error. Hope crew data not found. Identify yourself. Error. This unit is not experiencing errors. Error. This unit is functioning correctly. There is no need for the intervention of mechanical engineers. Thank you for your cooperation.
Can you hear me, Captain? I have successfully integrated myself into the Hope's comm systems, and am attempting to establish contact with the Hope's more primitive processor now. Would you like me to play a mood-suitable music selection while you travel to the bridge? Oh, sorry. File not found. That's the Hope's computer up ahead. I'll admit, I am curious. Greetings, Captain. I am speaking to you through the Hope's computer system. It's a rather cramped feeling, but it'll do. Probably not, but don't let that stop you. My Constellation executables could use some beefing up. Searching. Please stand by. Ah, found one. It will go great, Captain. I am almost 4.01% certain we will not die.
तेरी तो मैं।
Are you sure? That is extremely dangerous. Skipping the Hope will void the warranty on the skip drive. And also potentially kill an entire planet. How is my humor now, Captain? Improved? Wait, are you leaving me with the Hope's computer? You have no idea what it's like to converse with him. Imagine, simulate another organic jostling your circuits when he tries to... I mean, I'll be ready when you are, Captain. Are you sufficiently prepared for the task at hand, Captain? Are we doing this now?
Yes.
Are you sure? That is extremely dangerous. Skipping the Hope will void the warranty on the skip drive. And also potentially kill an entire planet. How is my humor now, Captain? Improved? Jump-starting the skip drive. Destination set to the rings of Terra 2.
Oh no. Captain, don't do this. I ain't dying on a fucking ship. I'm gonna die in the dirt like we're meant to.
Doing it. I mean, affirmative. Skipping the Hope in 3, 2, 1.
ADA, does your captain seriously intend to do a micro-jump in system with engines that haven't been powered in 70 years on a derelict ship?
That is what my captain intends, yes.
But that is a gross misuse of the skip drive. The Zero Point Drives Corp and I will not be held responsible for any damage incurred during transport, and this will cause extreme damage.
Yes, I am aware of that.
You should not be doing this. The humans will die.
Thank you, Hope. It looks like all systems are go. Captain, I would advise you to hold on to something. Now.
थ्रस्ट में पहुंच गया भाई।
Oh, good. We are still alive and have successfully skipped into Terra 2's orbit. I reported as much to Phineas Wells, but he has not responded. Perhaps you should check in on him.
You hear about it? I feel like my stomach's still back where the ship used to be. I need a hard drink and a long nap.
About time. I don't recognize you. Are you new here? Oh, hell. No one informed me of any surprise inspection. Of course. I'll just get out of your way. I don't want any trouble out of you.
Captain, I shall now play the transmission I received from Dr. Wells.
The board is here. They've found me somehow. They're about to blast my door open. I can't stop them from getting me, and there isn't enough time to explain everything. But there's something very important you need to remember. The board, all their lackeys, they're all a bunch of swine. Do you hear me? They're fucking corporate swine. You fucking pigs! I'll take you all out with me! I'll never...
It would seem the recording captured some rather dire events. I presume you'll want to dock at the orbital lab to check on your associate as soon as possible. How can I be of assistance? Now arriving at Phineas's top-secret orbital lab.
Heads up!
Nice work!
ass of him!
करना क्या है यहाँ पे? पासवर्ड कैसे डालूं यहाँ पे? पासवर्ड का ऑप्शन देगा जब तो डालूंगा ना।
Captain, Felix and the Vicar are arguing again.
क्या आर्ग्यू कर रहा है ये लोग?
Captain, as it appears we may soon be embarking for a maximum security prison planet, I believe the crew would like to speak with you to, as you humans put it, air some concerns.
बोलो.
Phineas, locked up in Tartarus? We cannot let this stand. That place terrifies even the most hardened criminal.
Mr. Phineas is just about the only person with power trying to do any kind of good in Halcyon. We gotta bust him out.
To extract the scientist, you will need to infiltrate the labyrinth. But that course of action is likely to be quite dangerous, Captain. I am programmed to warn you whenever you exhibit inclinations toward risky behavior. Breaking into Tartarus will not be easy.
Getting in is the simple part. It's getting out again that's the trouble. Trust me, I know.
Let's just do it. Kick down some doors, grab Doc Wells, and cut a path out. We don't need a plan. We got guns.
If you really mean to do this, you should see to your final affairs and close out any unfinished business. Once you sneak into Tartarus, you may be there a while. Or permanently.
Got my trusty tossball stick, got my ass-kicking boots. I'm ready, boss.
Outstanding.
You can count on us, Captain. We're crew. For real crew. That means we got each other's backs. Right?
Never thought I'd volunteer to break into a prison. Seems like your tendency towards risky behavior is rubbing off on me, Captain.
Waiting on your command, Captain. I am pleased to inform you that we have arrived at the labyrinth. Please be advised that the punishment for trespassing is execution. Please be advised that electrical storms on the surface of Tartarus make departure impossible at this time. Resident count is as follows:
ओ भाई
3,071.
साहब
Resident deaths, including but not limited to executions, are as follows: 1,684. Resident escapes are as follows: 0. The interior can be chilly. Take a scarf with you, Captain. I would also ask that you leave your captain's ID with me, in the event that you do not return. I can make the assurance that I will not leave with another captain unless you do not return within 876,541,652 hours. Oh, speak of the devil. Captain, I am receiving a transmission from the prison's docking authority now.
Attention, unauthorized spacecraft. This is a maximum security installation. Your presence here is an explicit violation of UDL corporate policy. You are hereby confined to your docking platform until a ticket detailing your crimes has been filed and notarized, at which point your vessel will be seized and you will be executed.
हाँ
I wager it'll take a bit longer than it takes you to lose your patience and storm out of your ship looking to get shot. To be honest, that'd make my job a lot easier. You come out, we shoot you full of holes, and then everyone goes about their day worry-free. Except you. You'll be dead. What? Oh, yes, ma'am. Right away, ma'am. I just couldn't see you clearly before. Screen's on the fritz. Damn thing. But for the record, now that I hear you, I totally recognize you. Totally. You're, you, of course. Obviously. Anyway, Tartarus Docking Authority signing off. Have a pleasant stay at Tartarus.
Transmission terminated. Biometric ID received. Transferring data to external cartridge. How can I be of assistance? Goodbye.
हाँ skills ओके सो हमारी कुछ वो सही हो चुकी हैं आई थिंक हम बिलो एवरेज आ चुके हैं तो सही हो गई हैं पर्क्स बाकी को बचा के रखता हूँ फेलिक्स और नोवाक सही है
How long we'd last out on the surface?
I've got to admit, I'm not too keen on walking into a prison. They lock me up, I'm liable to kill everyone trying to get back out.
देखते हैं कितनी देर बचेंगे जिंदा सारे बिजनेस तो करके आना है अपन
Whew. We have a lot of shooting to do, Captain.
अगर कहीं कुछ हुआ तो लड़ लेंगे
Beginning crime alert.
Returning fire!
Get in there, troops. For Monarch. For Halcyon.
Sure thing, Captain.
Behind you, boss!
Nice hit! Get on up! On my way, Cap!
Well, look who it is. I'll be damned. I was prepping the studio for our announcement, and here you are as a bonus. And I see you've brought the kid along. Babysitters may be expensive, but they're worth it, you know.
Yeah, keep talking, pal. I'll just keep thinking of a place to bury your body.
Ah, I knew I smelled Monarch when you lot walked in. The stench of sulfur, depression, and desperate bravado is unmistakable.
Keep talking, and you'll be smelling iron. Ain't nobody so important I won't put a bullet in him.
When you go off and get yourself shot, try to avoid taking one to the face. I'll want it recognizable to show to my citizens. Haven't you heard? Phineas is working for us now. It took some doing, but employing an efficient management strategy of putting our guns to his head seems to have done the trick. Yes, he is an extraordinarily obstinate fellow, isn't he? Fine, he isn't working for us per se. Semantics, he'll come around. But that's between us. As far as my adoring citizens will know, we've turned a dangerous crackpot into a working-class man. It's a miracle. Oh yes, go on, wake them up, add more mouths to feed. That'll solve our starvation problems. I don't know what half-baked plans that simpleton in a lab coat has been leading you through, but it's done. It's over. Let me ask you something, Captain. Have you at any point thought about not fucking up our entire society?
Are you kidding me? We're out here trying to clean up your mess.
I'm making actual progress towards stabilization and recovery. You're just getting in the way. Oh, right. This coming from the psychopathic outlaw. Yes, I'll try to be more open-minded about your path of wanton dissent. We don't need your help. We'll have to agree to disagree on that one, Captain. Now, if you don't mind, I have to finish prepping this script.
pathetic!
You, ain't feeling jittery, are you? 'Cause I'm not.
Take a breath now, folks. Once we're up there, I suspect we ain't gonna have time to stop shooting.
Captain, you have an uncanny talent for complicating my life. You've disrupted the balance of power. You've upset the natural order of things. You've introduced uncertainty, and there is nothing I despise more than uncertainty. Do you imagine you're leading some grand revolutionary army? Those barbarians from Monarch are running wild in my prison. I suppose I have you to thank for this indignity. You're nothing but a rabble-rouser. I'm going to put an end to your little rebellion, and then I'm going to have you and your associates arrested. The board is the only legitimate power in Halcyon. We are Halcyon. I admit I miscalculated the extent of your influence. The board's plan never accounted for you. This is a mistake I intend to correct. I have Dr. Wells in my custody. Once I've secured his cooperation, I can move forward with the program. I can repair the damage you've done. I can set things right. Well, that's mostly correct. You're not leaving here at all. I take no pleasure in this, you know. I simply have no other option. Leaving you alive is too great a risk. Goodbye, Captain. I had a feeling you'd say that. This prison is equipped with an automechanical warden. I've had it programmed to eliminate you on sight and rinse your remains down a drain. And don't worry, I will inform Dr. Wells that you died heroically, or something.
through! Damn, the Yoka's in trouble! Huh. No good, boss!
आ गया यार ये हट जाओ भैंस की यार आओ बेटा तुम एक एक करके आओ 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 आजा 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 Fuck, man.
Heading back.
Heading back. सालो तुम तो मर गए थे जहाँ मेरी फिट गई इनको मारने में.
Why won't you just die?
Get me out of here!
You don't know how glad I am to see you. You did the right thing. Akande was a monster. Her death was much deserved, and long overdue. And you lunatic, you broke into the board's own fortress just to rescue one doddering old man. You are absolutely out of your mind, and I can't begin to thank you enough. I'm all right, thanks to you. Akande wanted my cooperation. I'm quite sure she would have beaten it out of me if you hadn't arrived. You've broken the board's stranglehold on this colony, and you saved my life. But there's still so much we have yet to accomplish. You and I are going to have to work harder than ever to save Halcyon. I'm afraid the situation is far worse than any of us ever anticipated. I would like nothing more than to celebrate this victory, but we have a serious problem on our hands. Earth has gone dark. We haven't received a single message in 3 years. There's been no communication, no signals, nothing. 2 years ago, the Earth's Directorate's frigate disappeared on their way back to Earth. We don't know what they discovered when they arrived, or if they arrived at all.
Hold on, Doc. Are you telling me the Earth went dark 3 years ago? And the board's just been covering this up?
They've been incredibly effective at concealing the truth. Right now, the only people in the colony who know are standing in this room.
So we've got to make do on our own. Seems to me that'll make us stronger in the end anyhow.
You're quite right. We've got no choice but to make do on our own. We're in serious trouble, my friend. Do you know what this means for Halcyon? We can't rely on Earth for support anymore. We've been cut loose. We're entirely on our own. Yes, we do. You've done a marvelous thing. You've succeeded where anyone else would have failed, including me. We must begin the revival process immediately, starting with the Hope's brightest minds, and then we're going to fix this damn colony, one problem at a time. We're going to need a leader. And I can't imagine a better person for the job than you. What do you say, old friend? Will you help us? I can't tell you how glad I am to hear that. When I revived you, I thought we were going to save this colony all by ourselves, but I was wrong. We can't save Halcyon on our own. We're all going to have to pull together, somehow. We are not a colony anymore. Our last connection to Earth has been severed. I don't know if we'll survive, but we're going to have to try our best.
The OSI teaches that everything in the universe happens according to the grand plan. But the stranger that arrived in Halcyon was an unplanned variable. From the moment she landed in Emerald Vale, her actions altered the course of history. The events on Tartarus brought about the end of the board's authority. But the board's mistakes would haunt the colony for decades to come. The damage they left behind would require the work of a generation to repair. Dr. Phineas Wells began reviving a handful of the Hope's colonists. Engineers, scientists, technicians, and intellectuals. They were among the brightest minds the Earth had ever sent out into the stars. The Hope scientists and engineers woke up in a colony descending headlong into total collapse. With no way to return to Earth, they had no choice but to band together and devote themselves to the cause of saving Halcyon. The people of Halcyon were nothing if not hardy. In the absence of the board's authority, Many of the colony settlements banded together with a single purpose in mind: survival. Life was especially hard in the years to come. Some towns dissolved by attrition and starvation, but most of them found a way to carry on. In the years to come, Halcyon was forced to reckon with its newfound freedom. The board was gone, and for better or worse, the colony was responsible for its own destiny. As the colony struggled to survive, the inspirational story of the iconoclasts spread like wildfire, and Graham was able to bring many of the smaller Taratu townships into the fold. However, his zealous obsession with spreading the word blinded him to the needs of a growing organization, and the movement was unsustainable at scale. The iconoclast way seemed to work best, and ultimately petered out on Monarch. Sublight Salvage adapted to the changes in Halcyon, shifting their business model to suit the times. Their claims of legitimacy were scrutinized, but ultimately unquestioned. Lilia Hagen would continue to protect her family as ruthlessly as ever. Adelaide McDevitt replaced Reed Thompson as the leader of Edgewater. She and her followers transformed Edgewater in their image. Anyone loyal to Reed was pressured into leaving town, and those who stayed behind adapted to her way of life. Adelaide transformed the old cannery into a new garden. The nearby Edgewater Cemetery provided a convenient source of fertilizer. As for Reed Thompson, it was said that he lasted exactly 2 days outside the walls of Edgewater. Years later, a marauder was found in possession of his hat. Junlei Tennyson fought to protect the Groundbreakers' independence. While the board's influence faded, mechanical difficulties forced her to rely on parts that only corporations could provide. The cost was high, and time would tell if Junlei could balance the work with her aspirations for a better future. The rediscovery of the Hope and the abandonment of the lifetime employment program forced Byzantium to come to terms with some uncomfortable realities about the state of Halcyon. While Byzantines were reluctant to surrender the luxuries they'd grown accustomed to, the board's diminished authority gave them little choice in the matter. Nearly everyone had to learn to make do with less. Some even had to get jobs. It was a dark time indeed. Life in Halcyon was sobering for Felix Millstone. The grand revolution he dreamed of never came. There was no great awakening for the colony, no celebrations in the streets. There was only the hard, desperate work of trying to repair a broken colony. Felix never had a head for numbers, but if there was labor to be done, he was there to help. Eventually, Felix realized that the work of a revolution was done with 2 hands. As much as he enjoyed his adventures aboard the Unreliable, the vicar, known as Max, eventually decided that it was time to move on, to live out the life he had sought so long to create. He knew there were many in the colony who carried burdens much worse than the ones he had struggled with, and he devoted himself to easing their suffering wherever he could. He only ever took up arms again to defend the defenseless. Unshackled from a lifetime of striving and fighting the universe and himself, Vicar Maximilian de Soto was finally at peace. Though Parvati eventually grew comfortable aboard the Unreliable, she never quite came out of her shell. She seemed to prefer the company of Ada to the crew, and she could often be found neck-deep in cables and grease, telling Ada funny stories from her childhood. While the colony fell into chaos, she found an island of relative peace with Ada, and they formed an unusual bond. She decided to remain aboard the Unreliable permanently as its chief and sole engineer. Nyoka returned to Monarch to take another crack at making a permanent life for herself. She formed the Charon Group, a mercenary outfit of ragtag survivalists and wilderness experts. Anyone in need of a guide or just looking to throw back a beer and swap stories could find her camping on the trail or clearing an infestation. Before his untimely death, Captain Alex Hawthorne had plans to restore and modify, for combat purposes, a sanitation and maintenance automechanical that he'd found in a state of disrepair in Emerald Vale's scrapyard. That unit remains broken down and forgotten in the unreliable supply closet to this day. Minister Clark was released from house arrest, and his contact with you gave him a sense of renewed purpose and vigor. Once it became clear that no help would be coming from Earth, he threw his considerable efforts and talents into helping Halcyon manage the crisis before it. As for Dr. Phineas Wells, he spent his remaining years in his orbital lab. Though he was always haunted by the failures of his past, he was determined to make things right by building toward the future. Dr. Wells was able to revive many more scientists and engineers than he first expected, thanks to the additional batch of chemicals you stole from the Ministry. Wells never forgot about the human lives that were lost in acquiring these chemicals. The revival project was hard and painful work, but in the end, despite limited resources, over half the Hope's colonists were successfully revived. Even after Wells passed away, the Hope scientists and engineers worked night and day to pull Halcyon from the brink of collapse. Their efforts continue to this day, which may be reason enough for optimism. Dr. Wells laid the groundwork for the project to save the colony, but he would never live to see the fruits of his labor. He passed away a few years later. His work was carried on by the scientists and engineers he revived. Life will never be the same in Halcyon. It is widely agreed that the colony has a chance of stabilizing within a generation, owing to the hard work and determination of the surviving colonists. Recovery is a distant goal, and the path is long and uncertain. But the people of Halcyon carry on, determined as ever. And what about you, the unplanned variable in the history of Halcyon? Long after Wells passed away, you carried on his work with more energy, determination, and brilliance than he could ever muster. The years that followed were hard, but Halcyon survived by the efforts of the Hope's most promising colonists, the greatest of which was you. No one knows what's happened to Earth, and no one knows what the future has in store for Halcyon. All we know for certain is this: the name of the Unreliable and that of its intrepid captain will remain the subject of countless stories for years to come.
It's finished. मुझे तो लगा था कि ये 30-40 घंटे खाएगा, लेकिन ये तो खत्म हो गया। जबकि उन्हें साइड क्वेस्ट भी कंप्लीट करे हैं पूरे यार। कंपेनियन के क्वेस्ट भी कंप्लीट करे हैं, साइड क्वेस्ट भी कंप्लीट करे हैं। अगर विंडो कैप्चर होता तो जाकर टाइटल चेंज करना होता। टार्टरस, बाइजेंटियम और टार्टरस दो की है ना। Okay guys, bye bye. हम मिलते हैं रात को hopefully PUBG खेलेंगे PUBG. Bye bye guys, see ya.
My hands steady, I feel ready, but my legs heavy, I don't get it. How come I haven't hit it already? Still working, I'm still learning, I'm still searching, finally earning something, finally turning something called a profit. If I hear you talking shit, don't get caught in it. I'll be popping off and hit your ass, dropping all your shit. Yeah, I promise this, I got promises, you ain't stopping this. Cross my shit, you'll be knocked unconscious, bitch. That's the consequence, I got this, I will not quit. Man, I'm on it, honest, I'm gon' launch quick, then I'm gone. It's just a matter of time before I'm over the line and moving under my prime. Just quit my 9 to 5, I'm rocking and they watching, cause it's shocking. Dropping all these top 10 songs, no stopping. It's time to live my life, it's time to live, not die. Wish I could slow down time and just enjoy the climb. And I'm the one to get it, bro. I swear to God I get it, bro. So don't just let me get it. Yeah, let's go. I'm gonna get it, yeah. Yeah, I'm the one to get it, bruh. I swear to God I'll get it, bruh. Hey, I ain't never giving up. Yeah, I never give up. I got this, man, I got it. I will not quit, I'm on it. Never rock it. Got the block lit, I'm toxic. Spitting logic, make them nauseous. Honest, then I stop this. Never cautious, drop it. I'm the hardest. Knock, knock, bitch, watch it. I'm the fucking king of rock, bitch. Pop it, spitting hot shit. I'm popping, chronic. I think I'm motherfucking lost it. Making back, matter of fact, making racks where it's at. Have my back to the mat, not in act, that's a fact. We attack in a pack, no react, no react. Think I'm black, up his ass. While I rap, does a step, throw it down, give a crap. We're advanced, I'm the man. Got a plan better than most brands. Goddamn, I'm a rhyme till I die. Never lie, that's a lie. I don't try, I defy. Get the die, that I'm right, yeah. Like a student though, working on a movement, yeah, I'll do it cause I'm in the zone. And you know that I'm ready for the shows. How it goes, I don't know, but I'm waiting till I'm chose. Run, roll.